Hi, I'm Anthony from Learning to Play the Guitar. This video is the 5th video in my series of Rockin' the Pentatonic Box, and the song here is Don't Cry by Guns N' Roses. This solo here is mainly based on the A minor pentatonic scale, plus it uses some arpeggio notes from some of the chords. This song is a respectable rock ballad, ruined by the ridiculously long note that Axl Rose sings at the end of it. Maybe it was something to do with the bike shorts he was wearing at the time? Anyway, the note is almost as long as the guitar solo itself, so see if you can sing that ridiculously long note over the guitar solo now. In general, Guns N' Roses tune their guitars down by a half step, and this song isn't any different to that. But I've decided to be lazy here and just leave everything in standard tuning so you can play along without having to retune your guitar down a half step. If you like though, you can explore tuning down a half step and seeing how the solo sounds that way as well. This solo is mainly based around the A minor pentatonic scale, which is this guy here at fret 5. But he does obviously move that around in various other parts of the neck as well, and there will be some exceptions to this, but we'll talk about that as we go along. So first off, the very first note we hit is an A note, fret 7 on the D string. It's a bit of vibrato, nice long note, and then we're going to jump to fret 7 on the G string, do a bend and a quick pull off to the number 5, and then we're back to that 7D with a bit of vibrato again. And then we'll do a little half bend pre-bend, so we're going to push up then pluck it, flick off again to that 5, so we have this. Now after that we are going to bend that 7 again, then he has an 8 under there. You have two options here. You can bend with the third finger as I'm doing, with fingers 2 and 3 behind to bend, and then little finger on the 8, or you could bend with your second finger and use the third finger. Some guys probably would find that a bit easier to manage. Then after that we're going to jump back to the 7 to a pre-bend, flick off to the 5. That's a full pre-bend versus the other one was a half pre-bend. So, but it's a lot of the same notes all in the same area. Continuing on with the same first section, more bendy 7s. We do this classic move where we bend the fret 7 note, let it ring up, hit the double 8 underneath, and release as you come back down to the 5. So that thing. Then we're going to move on to 7-5 bendy up and down on fret 5 there on the D note to a 3 C note. It's sort of as low as we go actually in the entire solo, I believe. Then we're going to play, the next section is octaves. So we've got D, so 5 and a 7. I'm going to mute the middle of this shape. It's like the power chord shape with one finger lower, and I'm muting most of the other strings as well. And we're going to slide. This is actually going to go up the natural minor scale for a little bit with the F note, which we'll talk about in 2 seconds. So this is the D to an E, which is the 7-9. And then we're going to go 1 fret higher, which is F from the natural minor scale, A natural minor, sorry, to the 8 and 10. And then we're going to throw away the octaves. We're building up here. 8, 10, slide 10, 12, 10, 12, hammer, slide 12, 14, 10, 14, hammer there. And then we've got a bend on the end of that. So I'll just do that run up again. So we're going to go octaves, hammer, slide, hammer, big bend there. On the actual recording he hits a 2-tone bend, which I actually really can't do on this guitar because I've got quite heavy gauge strings, and Guns N' Roses are generally tuned down as well. And so for this example here I'm just actually playing in standard tuning. So that's that bar there. So then from that big bend there we're going to move on to the same number 13 note, which is a C, but it's just like a little quarter bend. It's just more expressive than anything else. So the 14 there, which is on the G string, then to a 12, 14 crossing over. So we've got doing that. And then we have the quick bit in the song here where we go to 30-second notes. It's 30-second notes, mainly because the song's quite slow at 60 BPM. So 30-second notes are quick, but they're not as quick as they would normally be. So a lot of hammer-on pull-offs here. And here he's actually using some of the blues scale, with the number 13 being the blues note out of the A minor pentatonic scale. They're adding this extra little note in. So we have the quick bit, hammer-on pull-offs, 13, 14, 12. All hammer-on pull-offs. Now the next bit, 13, 12 pull-off. I'm going to slide to that 10. You might want, you could also pluck it again. Then 12, 10, 12, 10. Then I got a single 10. A 12, 10, 12. So I'll just do that little quick phrase, nice and slow all together. Sounds like that. So while it is quick, it is made easier by using the hammer-ons and pull-offs. The next little bit is where we're going to bend the 15, up a tone and underneath, hit some 15s, and release, and there's like a little flick off to a 13 there. So we've got, which is that. The second one goes 13, 12 on the end, leading to the E and the F chords that change underneath this part of the solo. So here he actually breaks out of the A minor pentatonic scale and uses the arpeggios based around the E and the F chords. And so the first thing here, that little thing is an E7 arpeggio in my ears. So we've got 14, 13, 12, do a third finger, slide to the 15, first finger, 13, 12, and then we're going to go jump that first finger back to 13. Now this is F major arpeggio backwards. So we've had this little going up, E major, slide to the D, 13, 12, first finger back to 13, back down an F chord or arpeggio. So that's that little trick there. Then we have a bit more F related stuff really. 13, 13, 15, bending to an E. And then he plays that 15 with just some vibrato there again. Into the final section now, the end of this little high stuff, we're going to do a pre-bend 15, whole tone, flicking up to the 13, and then the last little bit is back into sort of A minor pentatonic sort of blues territory, back to pattern 1 down here at fret 5, bendy 8 on my third finger, one of those sort of things, pre-bend the 7, flick off to the 5, and then the good old 7 bend, will hang on to the 8, I'll use my second and my third finger. Hangs on for that. On the original, I think there's some feedback because he's super loud. On my little version, I was having trouble with the switch here, the cut-off switch, which you can do on these Gibson style Epiphone guitars. So have fun with that solo, rocking the pentatonic box. Subscribe to the Learning to Play the Guitar YouTube channel for more lessons, and don't forget to click on the bell to receive notifications when I upload a new video. You can also check out my books and more lessons at my website learningtoplaytheguitar.net. Thanks for watching and keep practicing.